everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for tuning in today. Today I'm bringing a little bit of a different video for you today. As you can tell, I'm recording from my office again because it is another busy week and I'll be working late, and so I figure I better go ahead and get the video recorded. So I am coming in today with a little bit of a different video. I am doing a collaboration of sorts with Nikki from SewingAtMidnight, and I will put her handle on the screen here, as well as link her video down below, and if I can, also up in the iCards. So what we decided to do, we talked about this maybe a few months ago. We both did a fall sewing plans type video, and we both had a couple patterns that that were alike, that we both were planning to sew up this fall winter. And so we decided, hey, let's do kind of a collab video and show our different looks. So this is why I believe the title that we decided on, which should be in down below, is 2 different patterns, 4 different styles. And so here is the first one. As you can tell, they are McCall 7430 is the first one, and I am doing view D, which is this. However, I knew I would not get a lot of wear out of it as a dress, so I decided to shorten it into a top because I do want a turtleneck. And so let me see if I can show you the line drawing. It is color blocked. Let me just get that up there. So it is color blocked with the turtleneck version, and so that is what I have, and this is what it looks like. You can barely tell the 2 colors, but it's a gray and like a I don't know what you want to call it, charcoal blue, and I have it on my jeans today. And so yes, worked absolutely perfect. So what I had to do with this particular pattern is I graded it up 2 sizes first, and that was the only adjustment I made. Because it's a knit, I figure it will fall and fit where it needs to fit, and so that is the only adjustment that I made for the pattern, is that I graded it up 2 sizes, and that was it. And so the fabric that I used is both of these knits. The gray and the blue both came from Fashion Fabrics Club. Now they are a little, you can't tell, but they are a little fuzzier on the inside. It's not a true fleece, I don't think, because it's not very thick, but it works and it's really nice. And because Nikki had mentioned that she was having the neck piece was a little tight, for me it was fine. It was probably because I did grade all the pieces up 2 sizes, so I did have more room to get my head through here. And so it's not, as you can tell on the model, it's fitted around the neck, but mine isn't, which I'm fine with, or I might have been doing this all day. So it hangs just right. I don't have a heck of a lot to say about the pattern. It's color blocked, so there are multiple pieces that you put together, the sides, and then the sleeves, and then the sleeve has a top here that you're supposed to ease in, and if you can tell on this side, it's puckery. I don't think I needed to ease it in at all, actually, and I found it quite challenging to ease in knit into a sleeve head. See, this one is not really as puckery. This one is, but I think if I just stretched it, it would have been fine. Because that's what I kind of did with this one. But other than that, I really don't have nothing special to say about it. I wouldn't mind making another one. The only thing I will say is I'll probably use a thicker knit. This knit it's a lightweight knit, which is fine for Texas weather. But I think next time I would love to try, because this one that she has on looks like a rib knit. I don't know if you can tell in that picture. I wouldn't mind trying a rib knit maybe even a ponte, because as you can tell, it's fitted on the model, but it's not fitted on me, which I didn't want it fitted on me. I didn't want it hugging me or anything. I wanted it nice and loose like this. Oh, the other thing is the sleeve is long. Look at that. But I actually quite like that, because yeah, I just push them up a little bit and that's it. But I do like the length of them. I wouldn't shorten it next time, because I do actually like the way it hits. As you can tell, on her it's just a little past her wrist, not a lot. But yeah, it is like this on me, maybe an inch more than where it needs to be. Okay, so the second top, and yes, I'm back in my sewing room, but the second top, and you actually look a little crooked. Sorry about that. You still look crooked. Okay. The second top is from Vogue. Let me take it out the bag. And I love the way this came out. I decided to do Vogue 8825. And initially, I was going to do, for my little red dress project, that fabric I used for that, I was going to use to make the dress. And then I figured, oh no, I'll make the top and then make a skirt to go with it. And then I got to thinking about it. And if you saw my little red dress project video, you know I said, for some reason, I just knew I wouldn't wear that even as a two-piece more than that one time. Or even, you know, it just, yeah. So I decided, you know what, my better mind, I'm glad I went with what I went with. And for this, I used fabric from my stash, and I shortened it into a top again. And I bought this fabric April 2018. I doubt it's at Fabric Mart anymore. I think this was when they were having one of those big sales. But it's a polyester lycra. So it's not as flimsy as a ITY knit. But it almost feels like it, but it's not. It has better recovery. I will say that. The recovery for it is a little bit better. And so what I did was, the first thing I did was I did a muslin out of some really flimsy knit I had bought from Walmart in a recent haul. And just to go through the construction process and see, did I like the length of the top and all of that, because I made it much shorter than this. I didn't want it this long. And so that worked. And then I watched Kidness Behavior did a sew along for 8825. There was a little part I kept getting kind of messed up on, even in the muslin, with the pleats, with the pleating. And so I watched her video, and she had a couple other good tips in there. So I'll link her video down below. If I remember, I'll link her video down below. And also, if I didn't mention, for McCall 7430, Brittany from Brittany J. Jones, she did a sew along for that. So both of these patterns today are sew alongs out here on YouTube, and I'll link both those channel sew alongs down below. But at any rate, one of the things that I know Nikki and I talked about was how to finish the facing. Now, one of the things that I noticed that Sean did on hers was she based the bottom together because they overlap. She based the bottom together, so I did do that. You do finish off the neck collar. I will admit I did not slip stitch it closed. I went ahead and just ran a stitch across it, since it is, you know, a busy print. You won't be able to see it anyway. So yeah, I wasn't feeling all that. The other thing that I did was the sleeve. Now, if you can tell on the pattern, it's supposed to be a very billowy sleeve. I knew that would get on my nerves. And so, although I like the look, I didn't want mine as billowy. So I took an inch and a half, maybe it was, outside, off of the length of the sleeve. And so this is how mine turned out. So I love that instead. And my cuff is nice and tight. I didn't have to adjust that at all. And so the one thing I know I'll have to play with is how to tie this, because this thing is long. This belt is so long. I'm guessing it's supposed to wrap around you a couple times. It don't wrap around me quite that much. But what I have it on with, and you really can't tell, and you probably won't, because of the time I'm filming this, you won't probably be able to see a picture off to the side. But I just have on a black skirt.
with it, and I absolutely love it. I cut out the largest size 24, and I made no adjustments. I absolutely love the way this turned out. I love where this hits nicely over my stomach. It's not too high, it's not too low all on my hips like the original pattern. It hits right here, so it just goes nicely over my stomach. It's not tight anywhere, it's not digging in anywhere. And so I absolutely love the way this turned out. And so now the facing, now through from here, shoulders down, you don't do anything with the facing but turn it in. So it's a little, I won't say floppy. It probably depends on the fabric you use if you get some floppiness. But for me, it's fine the way it turned out. No big deal. It does I mean, I could see how if you had a ponte, you might want to just slip stitch it down so it's not rolling out or anything like that. This is not rolling out, but because it's more of a top for me, I like the way it sits here and everything. So yeah, I have no other nothing else to say. I could totally see me making more of these tops. Totally. And now that I have the you know, I cut everything off. I would say I just measured on myself how far I wanted to go down. I didn't even, I just kind of measured on, I don't even remember how long that was that I made this here piece, the skirt piece. But you know, I can look on my pattern, I guess. But yeah, I knew I wanted to hit a certain spot on me and not be this long. So yeah, this was a fun collaboration with Nikki from Sewing at Midnight, and both came out perfect for me. Like I said, I wanted tops instead of dresses because I know I wouldn't wear the dresses. This seems a little bit more formal, fancy kind of thing that I would wear this, at least for me, unless I made something like this for church specifically, and then, you know, that'd be a different situation. But yeah, so I like the way that both of these turned out, and because I modified the patterns, I can totally see me making more of these. And like I said, I did not grade up this one at all because it is a knit, and so there was no need to grade it. I wanted to hang how it was going to hang and fit where it was going to fit because I didn't make any adjustments, and it came out perfect. So thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in today. Stay tuned for Sunday for the next video. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. And again, check out Nikki's video. All right, everybody. See you in the next video.